Good morning. Hey, today's coming to you from London, and Chantel and I are in this beautiful place celebrating our 22nd anniversary. And we got here by Life by Design, and I'm going to unpack that here in just a minute. But this whole idea of how do you win championship rings of faith? Well, there's Big Ben going off in the background. But how do you win these championship rings of faith? It doesn't happen by default. It happens by design. Now, the really interesting thing here that you need to take into consideration with your leadership and why we do these episodes is to remind you of really what's at stake. Now, if you read 2 Timothy 4, you're going to hear Paul talk about themes such as enduring hardship, keeping your eye on the prize in terms of endurance. Staying in the game essentially is what we're talking about here. Now let's use this analogy of scripture, of enduring hardship, and us being able to gain a crown of righteousness that is in store for those who long for him. Man, Paul was focused. He had his eye on the prize. He knew the game that he was playing. He knew what the prize was. He knew what his position was, and he knew exactly how to live that out. Well, in session 3, we unpack this whole idea of change, seasons, and specifically time. Today, I want to encourage you on this whole entire idea of playing the game. But most likely, you're trying to win this season, right now, this game. And you could be gassed, you could be winded, you could be losing heart, you could be tired. You could be feeling like you're falling behind or not at your best in terms of this performance. Well, we can catch ourselves really quick and go, man, am I really trying to earn God's approval? Am I really trying to earn love? Am I trying to earn his approval? Well, you're God's child, you're Abba's child. You lack nothing. You are loved and you are saved by grace. So what do we do between now and eternity? What do we do now, between now and death and the judgment seat of Christ, where we're going to be measured for how we played this game? Well, I'm going to share with you a quick little illustration that I think is going to pay you massive dividends as to how you can use this in your own leadership. Now, when it comes to playing the game, here's how we are in our first season of faith. Boy, we come out of the tunnel, we've got our jersey on, we're running out onto the field, and there's God on the sidelines, and he's our coach. And we are going to go in, and like me, I played every single play, offense, defense. Throw the ball to me, coach, throw the ball to me. And you're just so excited to be in the game, and you're so excited to be about what's going on. And you hear the cheering, and you're part of God's body, and you're making things happen, but it's pretty much out of your own performance and out of your grind versus God's grace. But then there gets to this point, you come into the master's program, get into session 3 and realize how vital time is. And the whole goal here is that your main goal is to work the least amount, doing the most amount, doing what God's called you to do, and building his kingdom. Yes, that code exists. And yes, I'm standing here in London as results of living life by design. And the master's program helped me get that. So then you come off the field, not at halftime, but maybe even in the quarter, and you're gassed and you're panting, and you're like, oh, Lord, yeah, we're doing it. And the Lord looks at you and he says, hey, how you feeling? And you go, I'm gassed. And he goes, here's the thing. You're playing every position. Never asked you to play every position. You're playing every down. Never asked you to play every down. And you're trying to win this game. I don't want you to win this game. I want you to be able to play for life. You as a leader have a shelf life on your leadership if you continue to play at the same exact rate that you've been playing. If you want to play the game for life, which is the key to have endurance and to run the race for a very, very long time, not just to win this season, but to actually win this entire assignment that God's put you on, you can't do that gassed. So what are some of the character traits of how you know that you're living in that sweet spot of the right way? 1, you're working way, way less. You've tripled your time off. You've tripled your time off. You're not gassed. And the Lord basically says, I'm going to call you in for specific plays that are game winning for a specific position. and they're going to be game winning. My friends, I'm here to tell you and to testify in our own personal life that this is actually what has taken place. Working less, making more, doing what God's called us to do, and using our unique abilities of the 80-20 principle, 20% providing 80% of the outcomes. And the reason why I like that is because I'm less involved in terms of I don't self-contaminate the process of the Lord inviting. And here's how you're going to know. Here's how you're going to know the sweet spot. It's by invitation. Invitation from Him, from the Lord. Hey, I'm calling you up and I'm calling you into the game when I need you and how I need you, rather than your hustle and your grind, putting you in positions where you're going to be gassed and diluting your leadership and your time. So that's my hope and encouragement for you today, to stay and have that endurance and that lasting power to play this game for life. Requires life by design and being strategic with your time. Don't get burned out. Don't play every play. Wait for the invitations from Him. And you're not just going to get one championship ring. There's that crown of righteousness where, man, you're just going to be, based on the law of reward, you played this game, you fought the good fight, you kept your eye on the prize, and you're going to have a lot of high fives walking into that locker room of eternity. And it's going to be something to celebrate. I'm in your corner. Have an incredible, incredible week.